Just give me a few moments to put this biblical application together here. You see, Jesus was a Palestinian. He was familiar with the weather conditions in Palestine. Jesus was also a carpenter. He knew all about building houses in the cultural background of a Palestinian housing, real estate, investment, construction. He knew about building. Therefore, he knew that before you were to build, two things had to take place. Number one, you must have vision. You cannot be short-sighted. Because if you're going to build in Palestine, the September torrential rains will produce sudden swollen rivers that were formerly dried up riverbeds, which means that you had to dig down deep in your soil testing to make sure you weren't building on sand. It may have looked nice, but it may have been a dried up riverbed with some grass grown over it. That's why he had to dig down deep to have a soil testing. And then once you found a rock level, you knew that you could depend upon this for a foundation. Secondly, he had to be wise. That word wise means to have a discerning spirit. Not only do you make an effort to test the soil, and not only do you make an effort to dig down deep to the floor of the rock, you have to have in you an understanding that smoothed over sand would one day bring disaster. Or in other words, the easy way out will bring a ruin. Here Jesus describes the typical storms in a hot, dry climate of the Middle East, where torrential rains, overrunning flooding rivers, and blasting hurricane-force winds would beat upon a home each year. They said beat upon, beat upon, beat, 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 beat upon. But the same torrential rains, the same overrunning flooding rivers, and the same blasting hurricane forces not only beat upon the wise man's house, but it beat upon the foolish man's house. For Jesus said in Matthew 5:44 and 45, we've already said that God sends his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the just and the unjust. The house of the wise man, verse 25 said, did not fall. In fact, Luke 6:48 says, could not shake it. You know, you ever look at some people and you know they're going through all kind of hell and they're going through all kind of changes, but they come in new beginning looking good, smelling good, and you heard that they're going through this and they're going through that and they've been through this, and you wondering why they haven't fallen over. It's because their lives have been built on a rock and nothing can shake it. Nothing. They don't need no Valiums. They don't need no extra strength Tylenol. They don't need no toddy. They don't need no pipe. They don't need no crack. They don't need no joint. They don't need no Hennessy. They don't need no Remy Martin, because their lives is built to stand the storms that come in their lives.